in this one. Oof. We know training camp is coming, and we always have, a real bad injury in training camp taking away a star player, usually one, possibly two. It's truly unfortunate, and we kind of have our first victim of, early or late off-season injury. Unfortunate. So here it is. Rams running back Cam Akers, suffered a torn Achilles while training. Oh, man, it wasn't even the official training camp. That starts next week. He was just working out on his own, getting right to be right for training camp, and the man tore his Achilles. That is over for the year. Done. No question. Not, maybe he can come back, late in the season, week 13, 14. Maybe he can play in the playoffs. It's done. A full year. Cam Akers and the Rams are definitely going to be missing him. And this is definitely going to affect the Rams. I mean, they were set on having Cam Akers be their running back number one. He was their running back number one in the depth chart. He was a rookie last season and really kind of exploded onto the scene. We look at his stats, only 625 rushing yards, but he only started 5 games. And those kind of 3 of the last 4 games of the season, he started. He probably would have started all 4 games, but he missed week 16. Game 15, week 16. So he missed that game, but he started the end of the season. So they were expecting this man to be the running back number one. So you lose your running back, never great. We had this Rams team going to the Super Bowl, and it's definitely going to make, Matthew Stafford's job a little bit tougher because you're not going to be able to 100% rely on that running game like you thought you were going to be able to do during the season. And now Matt Stafford's going to have to step up a little bit. And now when we kind of talk about a replacement, who's their running back number 2? Well, they still have Darrell Henderson, and he was basically the starter for the entire year last season until Cam Akers really just kind of took over the starting role. They were still kind of splitting carries in the backfield, which is still good. We see Darrell Henderson, he's going into his 3rd season, and he only had 624 yards last season. So 625 yards for Cam Akers and 624 yards for Darrell Henderson last season. So truly splitting carries and basically ran for the same amount. So Darrell Henderson is probably going to slide back to running back number 1, but then what do we do for running back number 2? We just talked about yesterday on the show, we were talking about those top 100 free agents still available. Le'Veon Bell, Adrian Peterson saying he's ready to go and ready to work, and then we have Todd Gurley still. Can he get back to work? Can he get back into his kind of prime before the arthritis set in his knees? We saw him in Atlanta last season, not that great, and he got his start with the Rams. Does he return home? He's already a little familiar. Definitely they want to make the transition for Matt Stafford a little bit easier, and if you bring in a veteran that knows this Ram system, knows Sean McVay, knows all of this, maybe they go back to Todd Gurley. It'd be real interesting to see what they do here for their running back number 2. Now that, Cam Akers is gone and Darrell Henderson had to slide back up to running back number 1 because Darrell Henderson would have been a great running back number 2. That'd be fine. 600 yards splitting carries with Cam Akers. We could rely on that, but you just lost a little bit of depth, and depth is truly needed in the NFL. As we know, injuries truly, they happen, throughout the entire season. Before training camp hits, at training camp, early in the season, late in the season, mid-season. Injuries happen all the time, so you are going to have to try and shore up that depth a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Rams, do they go out and just get one of those 3 running backs in free agency that we just mentioned, or do they just kind of hold on what they got? Because they're kind of numbers 2, 3, and 4 here, nothing great. Their number 2 is Xavier Jones, who has never ran in this league before, going into his 2nd season. Okay, never great. Raymond Calais, what has he got? Has never ran. He's a rookie this season, so they don't have that depth that they need at the running back position. So I would say the Rams would kind of get on this to see, hey, Adrian Peterson, what do you got? You said you were feeling good. You ready to rock? You feeling good? You're going to be running back number 2, but you could definitely potentially work your way up to running back number 1 in training camp if everything goes good. Hey, Le'Veon Bell, I know, you haven't had the best reputation in the league the last couple of seasons, but you want to come give it a go with Matt Stafford and us? We know Le'Veon Bell could definitely be a running back number 1 here. And then the same thing with Todd Gurley. Hey, Todd, you want to come back to L.A.? Give it one more go. Come on, we need you this year. We're kind of, we're in this kind of do-or-die situation. We need you. You're familiar with the squad, the team, the schemes, all of that. The knees, are they going to hold up? You can be running back number 2. We don't have to make you the workhorse running back. So I really would say the Rams would kind of go out and get one of those free agents as soon as possible. But we get this tweet right here from Peter Schrager of Fox Sports. He announces it on Twitter. Akers news is a blow to the Rams offense and more importantly to the player. He is a great kid. And then he says this, one note, I don't see the Rams panicking and rushing out to sign a veteran replacement in the coming days. I have the opposite opinion. I really think we all, we've been talking about this the entire offseason. This is a do or die season for Sean McVay. He cannot go into this season with, a solid runner, Chris Henderson. He's solid, folks. I mean, we'll take that 624, excuse me. 625 was Cam Akers, a little bit better. But we'll take that. We love, running back by committee. And if they were both getting, 600 plus yards year one kind of together, we'll take that. Cam Akers was a rookie last year. Darrell Henderson going into his third year. So those are still solid numbers that we can build upon and still kind of, get behind and root for and bet on and all that. But now that it's a sink or swim season, you need this running game to help out the passing game. You have to go out and get another veteran. Somebody that at least can run the ball, at least, be that running back number 2. And Le'Veon Bell, Adrian Peterson, Todd Gurley can all be great running back number 2s in this league. I've got no kind of question or problems about that. So Peter Schrager says they're not going to rush out and get a replacement. I really do think we would probably see a signing before this week ends. Get him into training camp. Make sure he's there week 1, whoever they pick up in the free agent market, so that they're ready to rock. You cannot go into this must-win season with 2 running backs behind Darrell Henderson that have never rushed in this league. That is not going to work. That is not going to get it done. Truly unfortunate. So I truly think this Rams team is going to go out and sign somebody really I would say definitely before the weekends. I would say I'm a little not agreeing with Peter Schrager here. But before we move off of this, I want to kind of see, since the stats were so similar on what they did, and we kind of know that Cam Akers was running back number 1 going into the season, I want to take a quick look at their highlights from last season just to see if we do see any real drastic differences between Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson. Can we buy Darrell Henderson as a running back 1? Is this Cam Akers injury truly going to hurt the Rams overall? So let's just quickly see. We've got both of their highlights up from last season, so we can kind of compare the runners. How is one looking? How's the other looking? So let's start here with Cam Akers. We're not going to watch all 6 minutes. Each highlight package is 6 minutes. We'll go through this quickly. We just want to see, what do we see on film? Yes, we could talk about stats and what's on paper and all that, but what are our eyes telling us? Which of these running backs is better for this team going forward? So here we go. Let's start here with Cam Akers highlights first. Let's see what we get. Here we go, week 5 against Washington. Washington gets stuffed at the line, but then takes it for 8 yards after that. Love that. Great job to stay on his feet, take the contact right to the line of scrimmage, and able to kind of move forward. Here we go, hitting the holes, a nice move to make one man miss, another shift to go back inside, and then does he have breakaway speed? No, but he's real shifty. Doesn't have breakaway speed, but he's real shifty to kind of get in and out, change directions very quickly, and make defenders miss. So this is real great by Cam Akers. Just does not have that kind of take the top off the defense speed. He kind of got chased down from behind a little bit. All right, here we go against the Dolphins. Just kind of a solid 10-yard run. Made somebody miss and then just kind of, lowered his shoulder and got an extra kind of yard or 2. Here we go. Out in kind of the swing pass. Ooh, making defenders miss. Oh, this man's got some moves. Look at these cuts, folks. Really making everybody miss out here on one-on-one situations. Love it. Cam Akers, the shifty runner out here. All right, against the Seahawks. Once again, just following his blockers, going for 18 yards. Here we go in the red zone. What can he do? Out in the swing pass, bingo, bango, catches the ball, goes across over the goal line. That's a touchdown passing catch for Cam Akers. Let's look at those stats really quickly. These receiving stats. Cam Akers only 123 yards receiving last season, and Darrell Henderson 159. So they are truly kind of same statistically on everything they do. So this is why we have to use the eye test to really kind of see which one we would prefer to have. Cam Akers here, yes sir, hits the hole, and there he goes. Maybe he does have breakaway speed. Damn! Oof, he put on the Jets here against the 49ers, rushing for about 50 yards clean. Look at that, racing 3 defenders all the way down inside the 10-yard line. You love to see it. Woof! Cam Akers got some elite speed right there. That was great. That was way better than that Dolphins play. Here we go on the goal line right here. Just powers his way ahead for 1 yard for the touchdown. Fantastic. Against the Cardinals from the 10-yard line. Yes, sir. Look at that. He's dragging these defenders. First contact is at the 5-yard line, and he just drags one defender the last 5 yards for the touchdown. This man is fast, shifty, and strong. We are loving it so far. A truly big blow to this Rams team, folks. All right, here we go against the Cardinals. Little bit of a running back screen. That seemed to be like a legal man downfield. That should have been a penalty. Jeez Louise. These linemen are 10 yards downfield trying to set up a block. Woof, not great. But I don't think they called it, and that's Cam Akers on 3rd and 1. Fantastic. Against the Cardinals again, real solid run there. Here we go. Let's watch this Patriots run right here. Bouncing out to the outside. One defender to beat. Can he beat him on the sideline? It's good speed, folks. Brought it within the 5-yard line. Here we go. Right up the middle following the blockers. Bingo, bango. 12, 13 yards. We'll end it here. Last play. 2nd and 1. Just bouncing. Quick shifts. Gets 7, 8 yards for the first down. We'll get one more play. I want to see one more explosive big play to end on here. Here we go. Hitting the hole. Dragging defenders for 10 yards. This is fantastic by this man, folks. Here we go in the passing game, catching the ball on 3rd and 18, and just coming 1 yard short, 2 yards short of that first down. Dang. Jared Goff hitting just quickly on 3rd and 10. He does not go down, folks. This man fights. If you got 1 defender on him, 2 defenders on him, 3 defenders on him, he is still trying to get every single yard he can, keeping those legs moving. And here we go, hitting the outside for about 15, 20 yards. This will be the final play. We leave it on. Let's see what we get here. Nothing open. Waiting. 1st and 10, and that's a first down for 10 yards. So a patient runner, waits for the holes to develop, solid in the passing game, has some nice quick spurts, some great in and out cuts, and can really make any defender miss while dragging and kind of running into multiple defenders. Cam Akers, man, this is going to be hard for Darrell Henderson to really beat out here. This could be a real bad year for this Rams team not having Cam Akers. So now that we saw Cam Akers, let's see what we saw from Darrell Henderson. Was he a little bit better? Is there anything, he did better? Anything he was doing worse? How is his speed? Is his speed better? Is his kind of, physicality better? So here we go. Darrell Henderson's 2020 highlights. Here we go. First play up against this Eagles team. And just staying on the outside. Broke a tackle right there. 5 yards. Solid. Nothing great. Here we go in the pass game, a running back screen set up. Blockers are good. Darrell Henderson, a nice stiff arm, but ends up getting brought down for 10 yards. Hitting the hole right up the middle. There we go. Darrell Henderson. Oh, boy. He's got some solid speed, too. Ended up getting chased down from behind, but, we'll give him a second chance to try to have that breakaway speed. Here we go. Against the Eagles again. This is still week 2. Darrell Henderson going right up the middle. Not breaking as many tackles. Really kind of going down on first contact. We saw Cam Akers, still carry bodies. Here we go in the passing game, running a wheel route here. And this is good for about 30 yards. And then he catches it down to the 2-yard line. That's great. He might be a little bit of a better pass catcher. We didn't really see Cam Akers go down, 10, 15 yards down the field. Everything was just kind of, in the backfield, 1-2 yard kind of slant routes over the middle. We got Darrell Henderson running nice wheel routes that go kind of 20, 30 yards down the field, and he's catching the ball great there. That was great. Here we go on the goal line here against the Eagles. Gets hit in the backfield, keeps his leg moving, and he's just able to cross the goal line for the touchdown. Against the Bills, right up the middle for 10 yards. Against the Bills again, right up the middle for about 15 yards. Against the Bills again, right up the middle again for 10, 13 yards. Yes, sir. Against the Bills again on 3rd and 1, right up the middle, and there he goes. 10, 15 yards. Bingo. On the goal line against the Bills. Boom. Over the goal line. This man is slaughtering this Bills team. Damn. How many yards did he have against this Bills team? What week is this? Let's go back. We got week 3. What was he doing in week 3? He must have had, I think he had 100 yards on the ground here, folks. What do we got? Against Buffalo, 114 yards, folks. The man absolutely obliterated that Bills team. Damn. Woo, very well done. 114 yards against the Bills. Love it. All right, here we go against the Giants. Play action pass. Throwing to Darrell Henderson in the backfield. What can he do? Makes a defender miss and powers his way for about a 15-yard gain. But once again, he's not really breaking a lot of tackles. Here we go on the running back screen against the Washington football team. Only gets us like 7 yards. This man isn't dragging defenders, breaking tackles, dragging defenders, for an extra 5-yard gain. There he was on the goal line right here. Here we go once again, kind of on a little bit of a wheel route. And, he's able to take it for the first down for an extra 10 yards. But the first hit brings him down. The first contact is always bringing this man down. Here we go in the passing game, right over the middle of the field in a nice little kind of angle route. Darrell Henderson right up the middle. So no breakaway speed. Here we go. We'll end it here. 10-yard gain, first down, up the middle. Here we go. Against the 49ers, solid blocking, 10 yards, which is great in the NFL. Getting 10 yards a run is great here, but we're not seeing the same kind of great moves and finesse that we saw from Cam Akers. So definitely Cam Akers was definitely the right choice to be running back number 1. Look at this man get tripped up here. He's still able to kind of take it for an extra 3-4 yards, but ultimately he's not breaking those tackles. So I think the Rams are truly going to miss kind of, having Cam Akers as running back number 1. He was going into his kind of, second year to really kind of prove that he was going to be this kind of A1, tier 1 running back in the league. But the Achilles injury holds him back a year, and I definitely see this Rams team going to get a replacement because Darrell Henderson was good, but like we said, everybody else does not have experience. You have to go and get a veteran. This is a do or die year, and I don't think of what we saw, Darrell Henderson was really the guy to go out and do it. Cam Akers was making way better plays, way more explosive plays than we saw from Darrell Henderson. So we'll see what the Rams do. But early losses, early injuries, they happen, folks, and it's truly unfortunate. And this is just the first one. We know more are coming. We hope we don't see any more, but we know more are coming from just, history. Yeah, we get this, every year. Oh, we're not having this big name injured in training camp. It's unfortunate. It's the name of the game, unfortunately. Next man up mentality, and let's see what the Rams do in that regard.